Hi Scorpio, it's Kendrick from Providence Tarot, and I am going to do your first proofread for the month of June. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Any plans? I mean, it's raining up here, like all weekend. But on Memorial Day proper, it will be partly sunny. Okay. I'm gonna do this one more time, and then we're gonna get into it. Okay. One more time. Time. Child, I'm tired. I had on my tight clothes this morning teaching a Pilates class. It's funny that I'm telling you that. I'm like, I had on my tight clothes today, Scorpio. I was working out. It's raining. Okay, anyway, here. The Hermit. You know what? Don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger. Oasis, right? But don't look back with regrets. There's some things that you can't change about the past. All you can rely on is the present moment, and you can make the best of the moment now and be able to recognize, you know, what your capacity to do things now in this moment is, and not what your incapacity was back then to not be able to, you know, have things progress faster than they were able to. You know what I mean? Sometimes change happens slowly over time, and you're not able to see how things have progressed until you have looked back at a body of work or at a span of time. So this is you looking back at a span of time and seeing how far you have come, right? And now you are understanding what new direction you're meant to go in, just because you're like, oh, actually, I was thinking that nothing was actually changing, or I was thinking that nothing was progressing, or I was thinking that I wasn't accumulating any level of experience. But now that I stop in this moment and I look back, I realize that I have done all of those things. So now it's time for me to take that experience, encapsulate it, and now use it as a kind of, what word would I be using? What word am I trying to use now? Use it as like a catalyst to kind of like start the next phase. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also you're ready to make some changes here too with the Hermit card, because the Hermit card is a 9 and then it's Virgo. So it could be talking about some habits, right? Or just some things that you have kind of like conditions that you are now wanting to change, right? Lights out for something. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this other card here. The Six of Cups. Yeah, it's definitely talking about looking back at something, at an experience, or, you know, looking back at your life, looking back at your experiences, and seeing how you have evolved and changed over time, right, with the Six of Cups. And it's also talking about the emotional experiences that you have that are very beautiful, that you kind of like can, I don't know, revisit and appreciate. So now you are appreciating what you had that you don't have anymore, but it's making you appreciate even more what you have now. So there's a sense of, you know, gratitude. There's a sense of like, I don't know, nostalgia. It's like creating memories new memories, especially with the Hermit being here. It's like those are the old memories because it's connected to 18, which is the moon, right? And then this is also like memories from childhood. You know, this could be sibling energy, or it could just also be like family, parent, that type of thing. So you are trying to create a new experience that is heavily influenced by the emotional perspective that you have gained in like the last year or so. 6-9, right? You have a 6 and you have a 9 here. So you could be dealing with a Cancer energy. It could be like going back home, or you could be very much connected to the mother, or you could very much have an emotional connection to a place, an area, or it's just like an energy that you are trying to reconnect with, you know, from you, from yourself. You are the source of this energy. And that's what the Six of Cups wants you to remember, that all of the memories that you have, you were a major source and played a major role in that. I'm talking about the good memories, you know what I mean? Not talking about the afflictions that have come into your life from other people and any of the adverse things that you have experienced based on someone else's, you know, silliness and stupidity. But these are like the golden memories, right? And it just kind of makes you appreciate all of the time that you have left, right? To do more, to be something different, to accomplish new things. And it's just really like, you know, sometimes you have to be shown what you have done so that you're not always trying to repeat the same thing, right? And sometimes you have to be reminded of what you have done so that you don't keep beating yourself up about not doing enough or not being enough, right? So this is about appreciating who you are, what you have accomplished, even if it was something that you accomplished 15 years ago within a span of 5 years, right? Or something like that, you know, a block of time. An accomplishment is an accomplishment, right? So you can acknowledge that accomplishment, and then you can say, you know what, I'm ready to do some other stuff too. It could be related to those accomplishments, or it could be something new. Maybe you want to pick up a new trade or pick up a new skill, right? Or do something that you can do now that you haven't done before. It may not be something that the young kids are doing, but it's something that you haven't done before. Therefore, it's a fresh new experience for you, and you are teaching yourself something that you have yet to learn. Okay, the World card is here, and that's talking about closing out chapters. It's giving you an opportunity here. The World card is Saturn, or it could be the Earth. Saturn is the hierarchical ruler of Gemini, so it's talking about childhood to adulthood, and I think it's just so crazy here because we have the Six of Cups, which is very much children on the swing, right? And then it's like, I've come from that experience. It is a 6, and then it turns over to a 9 when it gets older, right? And so here we are with this 9, you got older, right? And you're looking back at those childhood memories, but you're also looking into your future. Like if I were to show you these cards, the children are on the swing and the Hermit is there, but it's looking back and away from the kids. So it's almost like it's turning away from what was and turning towards what could be, with the World being here. The World is hope, the World is possibility, the World is opportunity, and Saturn is very much a planet that bestows, it's a malefic planet, but it gives you what you deserve. So it's saying like you deserve this new chapter in life that you have been given. This could have to do with additions to the family. It could have to do with a new environment that you have kind of like gotten settled in now. You're like, wow, I'm in a new environment. It could have been overwhelming at one point when the changes were occurring, but now something has definitely like presented itself to you in your world, and now you're having to, you know, cater to this new reality. You know, you're having to respect this new reality. That type of thing. more security in your environment, more security in your finances, or just in your job or your career. It's kind of like knowing where everything kind of like is and where everything is headed at the same time. Okay, so let's turn over the other cards. The Two of Wands, definitely wanting to get out, wanting to do more, not being tied down, and not getting in your own way, not restricting yourself. You have to be imaginative and, believe in life's possibilities, believe in life's mysteries, and also kind of like, when I say mysteries, I mean like, miracles and things like that, yeah? And when I say miracles, understand that I mean like things that you probably thought that you always knew were possible, and just turning those possibilities into reality, right? So that's what the Two of Wands wants to do. It wants to turn possibilities into reality. It wants to go out there and have fun and have new experiences. So whatever this is making work fun, okay? Because it's a 2, so it's related to earned income, security, comfort, stability, okay? And it's also talking about balance. We feel more balanced when we get out there and we experience life, firsthand. So then it's kind of like feeding into our spirit and our soul and our energy. It's kind of like fueling us. Our experiences fuel us for our future. It gets us amped up, it gets us ready. So it's kind of like you're not restricting yourself from seeing the magic of life and the places that you can go. This is like, the places that I can go. Don't restrict yourself. Don't hold yourself back. And also, I'm not saying like abandon something behind just because you're like, I'm not holding myself back. It's kind of like you could be doing something that you are meant to do, but you could just kind of be like, is this for me? Why am I doing this? And you just need to be a little bit more optimistic about the opportunity that you have been given, because you can always change it, turn it, shift it, make it something else, rebrand something, you know what I mean? Update something, re-enhance something. So it's kind of like when life gives you something to kind of like work with that thing. Don't fight that thing because you feel like there's something else that you deserve that life hasn't given you. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then what are you creating? What are you doing? What are you presenting to the world? Okay, so the Four of Cups is here, and this is talking about not getting in your feelings about things, because your emotions will weigh you down. I like to drink sparkling water, right? I'm a water moon, and my rising and my sun are air. So I was like, of course I would like seltzer water because it's like bubbles in the water, you know what I mean? But air wants to rise. It wants to be uplifted, right? It wants to be taken out of these environments or the spaces that tries to restrict it or keep it held back or keep it contained, right? Water is different. Water wants to go down, right? So the emotions that you carry and that you hold on to are going to make you constantly feel down. You know what I mean? Trying to carry a bucket full of water is difficult. You know what I mean? So what are these emotions that you are carrying around with you that you are, allowing to eat away at your, your happiness? It's like the Four of Cups, Moon in Cancer. It's putting too much emphasis on the way that you feel because your feelings are, naturally deceptive, right? Right? It's like the only way your feelings are going to be controlling you is if you don't know how to process them, how to deal with them, how to acknowledge them for what they might truly be, and for where they come from, and other people's emotions too, and your feelings towards other people and their behavior that stems from their emotions and the place that they are in, Four of Cups is, it wants you to master this feeling of feeling down and feeling out and feeling doubtful. You need to pull away from the relationships that are taking your energy away, that are distracting you from yourself. You need to rest up, you know. So like I said, this is the water and holding on to it, and this is the air and rising above all of that and coming up to the surface of the water. So come out of those relationships, come out of that emotional rut, and give yourself the space that you need